Kin, who has drawn worldwide attention with his extraordinary discovery of a meteorite containing a living alien entity, has just posted a new video. In this latest update, he reveals that the entity is not only still alive, but has grown significantly since its release into the water. The footage shows the strange, black, goo-like being expanding and moving in ways that appear increasingly deliberate, convincing many viewers that it is thriving in its new environment. The sight has left audiences both fascinated and deeply concerned, as the implications of such a discovery stretch far beyond the realm of entertainment. The most striking aspect of the new video is the sheer size of the entity. When Kin first unveiled it, the organism appeared small enough to fit inside a safe, its tendril-like structures confined and restrained. But now, in the water, it seems to have expanded considerably, with viewers noting how its limbs branch outward as though exploring or anchoring itself. Many in the comment sections have emphasized that its growth is proof of vitality and adaptability, dismissing earlier theories that it could be some inert material or unusual mineral reaction. For them, this is undeniable evidence of a living being from beyond Earth. However, the discovery has also ignited a wave of anxiety. Viewers and commentators alike have expressed growing fears about what releasing such an organism into a natural water source could mean for public health and environmental safety. If the being is truly alien and biological, then exposing it to Earth's ecosystems could result in contamination, cross-species interactions, or the release of substances entirely unknown to science. Even if it is not dangerous, critics point out that encouraging the public to believe it is safe to release mysterious material from space into natural settings sets a dangerous precedent. In their view, Kin's choice to place the entity in water, though well-intentioned, could have consequences far beyond his control. This concern has been amplified by the vivid imagery in the video itself. As the camera records the creature, the alien form can be seen twisting and shifting, its tendrils stretching outward like roots in search of sustenance. The possibility that the entity not only lives but observes has rattled audiences, who now see it as more than a curiosity. It is potentially an intelligent being with motives of its own. Kin himself has not downplayed the seriousness of his discovery. In recent videos, he acknowledged that he has already been approached by officials requesting interviews. This revelation only stoked further speculation. Many followers believe that once authorities become directly involved, the likelihood of a cover-up increases dramatically. They argue that the entity is simply too important to be left in the public eye, predicting that Kin will soon be pressured to surrender it or stop documenting its existence. Others, however, commend him for continuing to share updates despite the risks, calling him a vital whistleblower for unveiling what they believe to be one of the most significant discoveries in human history. The new footage has also sparked division among the public. A number of adventurous individuals have openly stated their intention to hike to the remote site where the creature was released, hoping to capture footage of it themselves. For them, the chance to witness such a phenomenon firsthand is irresistible. Others, however, have voiced the opposite opinion, declaring that they want nothing to do with the entity or the location. The very thought of encountering it is enough to send them running in the other direction. This divide highlights the dual nature of humanity's response to the unknown, the drive to explore and uncover, counterbalanced by the instinct to retreat and protect oneself from potential harm. Scientists and amateur analysts who have followed Kin's uploads closely are already debating what the latest footage reveals about the entity's capabilities. Some argue that its apparent ability to grow and adapt suggests it may be able to survive in multiple environments, perhaps even outside of water. If true, this would imply an extraordinary level of resilience and biological versatility, qualities often imagined in depictions of extraterrestrial organisms. Others focus on the structural complexity of its growth, comparing the branching web-like patterns to fungal networks or coral formations. These comparisons only add to the mystery, as the entity seems to share characteristics with multiple forms of Earth life without fitting neatly into any one category. The sheer strangeness of the being has also fueled speculation about its origin and purpose. If it truly arrived within a meteorite, then it may represent a form of life seeded across the galaxy, hitching rides on celestial bodies until it finds habitable environments to grow. This theory, known as panspermia, has long intrigued scientists, as a possible explanation for how life itself began on Earth. For Kin's followers, his discovery is seen as potential proof of this theory in action. Others, however, believe it may not be natural at all. They speculate that it could be technological in nature, perhaps some form of bioengineered probe designed to adapt and study environments where it lands. The possibility that it might not be accidental but purposeful adds a layer of intrigue and fear that continues to grip audiences. Beyond the scientific and speculative debates, what makes Kin's story so powerful is its human dimension. He is not a scientist in a laboratory or a government official at a podium. He is an ordinary individual sharing his experience through the lens of a smartphone. This makes the story accessible, raw, and immediate, giving audiences the sense that they are witnessing events as they unfold in real time. His honesty, visible nerves, and persistence in the face of outside pressure have made him a figure of both admiration and concern. Many worry for his safety, convinced that his discovery has drawn the attention of forces that may not want the truth revealed. As of now, the alien entity remains in its watery habitat, growing and evolving under the watchful eyes of Kin and the millions who follow his updates. Whether it is extraterrestrial, biological, or technological, its survival has already reshaped how countless people view the possibility of life beyond Earth. The debates surrounding its safety, its nature, and its future will only intensify as more videos are posted and as others attempt to see it for themselves. The idea that the alien entity discovered inside the meteorite could potentially infect people and spread across the globe is one of the most chilling scenarios to imagine. The black, goo-like organism is not simply a curiosity or harmless anomaly, but it could be a living being with the ability to interact with the human body in ways that go far beyond anything currently known. From the moment it was released into the water, people were already voicing concerns about what it could mean for public safety. What if it was not just growing, but preparing to spread? What if its true purpose was not simply survival, but expansion? The story could begin innocently enough. Kin, who discovered and documented the meteorite and its contents, placed the strange material in a safe to prevent it from growing uncontrollably. Eventually, he released it into a watery environment, thinking this would give it space to exist without harming anyone directly. But water connects everything. It runs through streams, lakes, rivers, and oceans. Anything placed into it is never truly isolated. Microscopic fragments of the black entity could begin dispersing unnoticed, slipping into the currents, mingling with plants, fish, and insects. What starts in a small pool could, over time, find its way into larger ecosystems. From there, the speculative infection might take its next step. Unlike bacteria or viruses that rely on rapid replication, this alien material could work through integration. Imagine tiny portions of it attaching themselves to living tissue, bonding in ways that are subtle but profound. Perhaps it does not immediately cause harm, but instead strengthens its host, giving them a slight increase in stamina or healing. At first, those who come into contact with it might even feel healthier, unaware that the entity is quietly embedding itself within them. In this scenario, infection would spread not through sickness, but through attraction, as people unknowingly embrace the very thing that will eventually take them over. The more it integrates, the more it could learn. If it has even a primitive intelligence, each host would serve as both a laboratory and a library, teaching it about Earth's biology, its strengths, and its vulnerabilities. Slowly, changes might emerge. A person who has been exposed could begin experiencing vivid dreams, strange impulses, or a heightened sense of awareness. The entity, through its hosts, could begin to synchronize behaviors, creating subtle networks of thought that ripple across communities. Families and friends might not even notice at first, but beneath the surface, something extraordinary would be happening. A unification of minds under the influence of an extraterrestrial organism. Such a transformation would not need to be violent to be effective. Entire neighborhoods could slowly align in thought and action, guided by an intelligence that no one could see but everyone could feel. Over time, those unaffected would begin to notice the difference. Loved ones might seem distant, their words tinged with unfamiliar conviction, their eyes carrying an intensity that was not there before. The infection would not spread like a wave of illness, but like a quiet reprogramming, reshaping humanity one step at a time until resistance became impossible. Of course, Not everyone would view this as a threat. Some might welcome it, seeing it as an evolutionary leap or even a gift. The entity could give its hosts resilience, immunity to disease, or even extended life. To many, this would be seen not as an invasion, but as salvation. Movements and cult-like groups could form around it, claiming that this alien being was humanity's next step, a path to unity and progress. For others, however, the fear would be overwhelming, as they watched their communities shift and change before their eyes. Governments might scramble to contain the spread, but how can one contain something that seeps invisibly through the very water and air we rely upon? The global takeover in this speculative narrative would not be marked by battles or chaos, but by quiet inevitability. Cities would continue to function, but more and more people within them would be linked, moving with shared intent. The greatest horror in this speculative vision is not destruction, but assimilation. Humanity would not be wiped out, but reshaped into something else entirely. At the heart of it all would be the black alien entity that began as a small mass inside a meteorite, filmed by kin and dismissed by skeptics. From that humble beginning, it could, in theory, spread across the planet, quietly weaving itself into every corner of life until it achieved complete dominance. The story, though speculative, highlights why people are so fascinated and fearful of the unknown. When something arrives from beyond the stars, its purpose cannot be assumed to align with ours. To release such an entity into the environment, even with the best of intentions, could open the door to a transformation that no one could ever undo. In this imagined future, the black alien organism does not simply survive on Earth, it becomes Earth, binding humanity together into a single will, a new form of life born from the union of man and something far older and stranger than the world itself. The world is full of unexplained mysteries and enigmatic encounters that challenge our understanding of reality. In the rolling hills of western Georgia lies Pine Mountain, a serene and picturesque location. Yet it is here that an ordinary man had an extraordinary experience, capturing a photograph of a 7 to 8 foot tall humanoid figure perched atop Pine Mountain. Remarkably, this incident took place mere days following reported sightings of enigmatic entities in various parts of Miami. The mysterious beings were a topic of great intrigue and speculation within the local community, leading to various photographs and videos to be posted to social media. A recent report states that a male individual has come forward to share a peculiar encounter he experienced during a trek up Pine Mountain. Situated in western Georgia, Pine Mountain offers a serene retreat for nature enthusiasts and adventure seekers alike. The hiker said the following: "Initially, I had hesitated to share these images, but upon showing them to a few colleagues at work, I was informed about sightings of peculiar humanoid figures in Miami. Unaware of this information initially, my friends highlighted the coincidence of my own encounter occurring merely days after these alleged events transpired. The mysterious events that unfolded in Miami surprised me and caused me to question the unusual occurrences accompanying my own experience. On the day of the encounter, the temperature hovered at approximately 14 degrees, and the sky was overcast at the time when I saw them. Despite the overcast weather, the temperature remained relatively stable. As an individual with a developing interest in photography and a familiarity with the surroundings, I couldn't help but notice the remarkable stature of these subjects. To provide an estimate, I would confidently posit that they exceeded a height of 7 feet and possessed a notably slender physique. This observation struck me due to its compelling divergence from the average physical attributes. Given my frequent visits to the area, I possess a keen understanding of the typical hiker's appearance, prompting me to seize my camera and commence photographing. While they were distantly positioned, making it challenging to obtain a clear photograph, it was still possible to discern specific details, such as their stature and physique. After approximately 60 seconds, they vanished beyond a section of the hill, and subsequently, they were no longer within my line of sight. This disappearance puzzled me, leaving me to wonder about their destination and the reason for their sudden departure from view. Upon receiving details about the events in Miami, I felt compelled to share the accompanying photographs. While it is plausible that individuals in costume may have been involved, it remains unclear why such an occurrence would transpire atop a mountain. An alternative scenario could involve a filming session, although the absence of any other individuals in the vicinity casts doubt upon this explanation. The enigma persists, and I am left pondering the true motive behind these perplexing images." End quote. In the majority of such occurrences, unraveling the truth of what transpired proves to be quite challenging. Typically, these kinds of interactions tend to fade into obscurity over time. The present-day storytelling among hikers in the region revolves around encounters they claim to have had with mysterious beings near the mountains. This has sparked speculation about the potential existence of an undiscovered population living in close proximity to these areas. Several hikers have reported experiencing visions while dehydrated or feeling threatened during their journeys through the mountains. These encounters have led them to witness the presence of a large creature moving within the vicinity. As a result of these experiences, many individuals are inclined to believe that these isolated humanoids might be inhabiting the depths of the mountains. This narrative has given rise to a widespread belief in the existence of a hidden community residing in the heart of the mountains. Reports of encounters with humanoids are not limited to the United States. In various regions, individuals have claimed to have come across hairy humanoid beings, resembling the descriptions commonly found in North America, particularly near mountainous areas. These accounts are frequently circulated in locations like Mexico, with an increasing number of people each year reporting alleged encounters with these peculiar entities. This phenomenon suggests that sightings of such humanoids are not confined to a specific geographical area, indicating a broader and possibly more global occurrence of these events. Such sightings prompt further investigation into the potential existence and nature of these humanoid beings. Given the widespread reports of these humanoid beings emerging from various parts of the world, it comes as no shock to aspiring researchers that the vast mountains on our planet could potentially serve as the habitat for colossal creatures. These mysterious beings are believed to reside within the remote mountain slopes and untamed wilderness that remain uninhabited by humans. The possibility of such significant findings has intrigued many and sparked a deep fascination with the unexplored and secluded regions of the world. Surprisingly, historical records reveal previous instances of colossal entities being sighted at the summit of a mountain. According to researchers, Homo sapiens, commonly known as modern humans, are believed to have emerged approximately 200,000 years ago. However, it is important to note that only a fraction of that time, specifically 195,000 years, has been documented and recorded. This means that an astounding 97% of our history remains largely unknown and undocumented. Throughout this extensive period, numerous significant events have taken place, and countless civilizations have risen and fallen. Unfortunately, due to the lack of tangible evidence left behind, we are unable to fully comprehend the existence and influence of these civilizations on our ancestors. It is a profound realization that the vast majority of our past, spanning thousands of years, remains shrouded in mystery. With each passing century, countless civilizations and their achievements have faded into obscurity, leaving us with only fragments of their legacy. The untold stories and untapped knowledge of these civilizations have become lost chapters in the epic tale of human history. According to certain researchers, it has been suggested that civilizations from the past have left behind intriguing symbols, drawings, and markings, which can serve as valuable clues in unraveling their activities and way of life. However, in the realm of archaeology, some anomalous findings have emerged, challenging our established historical understanding. One such intriguing discovery is an enigmatic drawing that was unearthed within a cave situated in Japan. Delving into the depths of this topic, it becomes increasingly evident that these ancient civilizations possessed a language of symbols and depictions that carried profound meaning. These visual remnants provide a window into their world, allowing us to gain insights into their rituals, beliefs, communication systems, and perhaps even their artistic expressions. The British Exploring Society was among the pioneers in sharing this intriguing discovery on their social media accounts, prompting their followers to weigh in with their interpretations. Since then, numerous other social media platforms have also shared this discovery, leading many to observe the striking resemblance between the drawing and an advanced aircraft. Similar drawings have been unearthed in various corners of the globe, including ancient Egypt. The fact that different civilizations have depicted the same phenomenon has raised eyebrows and sparked curiosity. However, one of the challenges associated with these discoveries is their isolated nature, often leaving researchers with little contextual information to determine the time period in which the drawing was created or the exact intent of the artist. Despite this, there are groups of individuals who believe that these drawings actually portray enigmatic flying aircrafts. Proponents of this theory argue that such depictions do not align with anything else known from those time periods, as aircraft and aerial vehicles were not believed to exist during those eras. Interestingly, these peculiar objects appear in the detailed accounts of various ancient cultures, including the Egyptians, Indians, and Mayans. The ancient Indians referred to these objects as vimanas, and it is noteworthy that numerous ancient paintings and carvings depict these enigmatic entities. Japan has a long history of intriguing and enigmatic tales, and one such captivating story revolves around the Utsurro phenomenon. This incident, which occurred in 1803, centers around an extraordinary event where an alluring young woman appeared on the shores of Japan aboard a peculiar, technologically advanced vessel. Inquisitive local fishermen were both fascinated and perplexed by her presence, as she seemed unable to communicate in the native Japanese language. Uncertain of how to handle this extraordinary situation, the fishermen eventually decided to release her back into the sea, allowing her to depart in her peculiar craft. Local legends surrounding this mysterious occurrence often allude to the woman being a visitor from a distant and unfamiliar land, as her appearance and demeanor were noticeably distinct from the local inhabitants. Some intriguing accounts even mention a captivating element. The woman was said to be clutching a mysterious box in her hands when she arrived ashore. The story of the Utsurro serves as a testament to Japan's profound and long-standing fascination with extraordinary occurrences and their willingness to embrace the enigmatic and unknown. Though limited historical information exists, the legend continues to captivate the imagination, allowing for various interpretations and speculations about the origin and purpose of the woman's unusual vessel, as well as her own identity and intentions. This mesmerizing tale has become a notable part of Japan's folklore, embodying the enduring allure of the unknown and the ever-present desire to unravel its secrets. The legend surrounding Utsurro is supported by 3 distinct historical references, all originating from the early 1800s. While these references provide different accounts of the incident, they share certain similarities. The story also mentions a series of investigations that were conducted, each yielding somewhat contrasting findings. Notably, one of the more recent investigations was carried out by Dr. Kazuo Tanaka from Gifu University of Tokyo. According to his research, the legends surrounding Utsurro lack specific details regarding the boat's movement, but do highlight the peculiar fact that it remained motionless on the water. These findings shed light on the complexity and enigmatic nature of the legend, inviting further exploration and analysis. During their exploration of an ancient cave system in India, Dr. Bhagat and his team made yet another peculiar discovery. According to their findings, they stumbled upon an intriguing cave painting that bore a striking resemblance to an extraterrestrial being. Astonishingly, they estimated that this painting could potentially be over 10,000 years old. Dr. Bhagat expressed his keen interest in seeking the opinions of both NASA and the Indian Space Research Organization in regard to this astonishing find. This discovery has sparked the speculation among certain theorists that advanced ancient civilizations thrived thousands of years ago, leaving behind compelling evidence of their presence. For instance, some theorists highlight the intriguing stone figure found amidst a cluster of ancient Mayan ruins in Guatemala. This stone figure intriguingly depicts a remarkably accurate representation of a modern-day astronaut, skillfully crafted in stone. Naturally, this enigmatic stone figure has been at the center of numerous debates surrounding ancient civilizations. Some claim that the representation of these gods as advanced beings from distant planets is a testament to their superior knowledge and technology. It is believed that these ancient civilizations may have possessed a profound understanding of astronomy, space travel, and the existence of beings from other worlds. This remarkable discovery, along with the cave painting found in India, adds an intriguing layer to humanity's understanding of its ancient past. The search for answers and the interpretation of these mysterious relics continue to captivate the minds of both scientists and enthusiasts alike. The cave paintings, which can be found in close proximity to central India, offer an intriguing sight as they depict a variety of both human and animal figures. Astonishingly, these ancient artworks exhibit depictions of kangaroos, giraffes, and fish-like creatures, species that are not native to India. However, one particular painting caught the attention of the research team due to its uniqueness.